what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Monday, May 22nd, 2023. Got a pretty good slate of games today. Got one NBA game, quite a few baseball games this evening.
Yeah, there is a lot of baseball.
One hockey game.
Yep.
Let's see, my picks on Friday were 6-2.
I went. See, I went 6-1. I went. The only one I lost was the Miami and Boston under. They went over, and I got the Vegas pick right in hockey. I was right on Tampa Bay money line, White Sox money line, and Dodgers money line. I picked National Treasure for the Preakness. He won, and I had Haney, which I don't know if he won, but that's who they gave the fight to.
So from everybody I'm hearing,
I wanted to watch the fight, but
he lost that fight.
But we was going to the Reds game and had to get up early, so I didn't watch the fight. Now I wish I would have, but it sounds like Lomachenko got screwed from everything that I've heard.
Yeah, from everything I've heard, that's what it sounds like too. I haven't seen the fight, so I can't give.
Yeah, I didn't see the fight.
I can't give a 100% opinion on it, but yeah, from everything I've heard, that well, I lost two. The Diamondbacks got beat by the Pirates. I had Diamondbacks, and I had the Reds at the +1.5, and of course they got beat like 6-2 on Friday.
Yep. We had a good time yesterday. Went to the game. I mean, I know they lost, but it was a pretty good game. Had a chance, had an opportunity in the last inning with bases loaded, and you
don't get me started.
That a guy's batting like 20.
I don't understand why do you not pinch hit in that situation? Makes no sense at all. Oh, but no, it was a good game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. We had great seats, especially for the price. Yeah, I really enjoyed the game. Had a great time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I got to see Hunter Green pitch, who I've always been a big fan of. He
pitched great, other than two pitches.
Yeah, I mean, gave up I think four hits during the game, and two of them were home runs. But other than that, but another game was a good game. But it didn't make no sense that you get the Reds get the bases loaded there in the ninth, and you don't pinch hit for a guy that's 1 for 25 on the season, hitting. He's hitting 0.50 going into the game, so he was down like 0.22 or something. You don't pinch hit for him, so that didn't make a lot of sense. But hey, I think it's the first game I've ever been to where both managers have got thrown out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
David Bell went berserk. That was
he went
that was funnier than hell.
Yeah, it was.
And the crazier he went, the louder the crowd was getting. So it was
about Green. If he can quit giving up the home run ball, you can see that his off-speed stuff is getting better. I think he could be a top 10 pitcher in the league. I really do. That he's got to quit giving up the home run ball.
Well, that one, he went to the off-speed pitch one too many times. See, Frankie says Yankees. That he said, wish we could have caught the foul ball instead of Billy. But Billy was sitting right on the aisle, and it was right there.
It hit the other guy right, and the guy he didn't think the ball was coming to him, so it hit him right in the arms, and it bounced over right to Billy. And Billy wasn't paying attention, and you yelled, "Get it!" And Billy reached down and got it.
But but what's pretty cool about that, I didn't realize they'd done that. They actually gave him a certificate.
I think they put a sticker on the ball and got a certificate.
Put a thing on the ball and got a certificate. So it's actually authenticated that it came from that game.
Yep.
And everything. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know they would do that. You just stop by there at the desk on your way out. Yeah. How's it going, Billy? Frankie said that him and his wife was dying when Bill got ejected and was spitting and all.
Oh yeah,
dude, that whole place was good.
Oh yeah, Yankees look good, man. I was disappointed judging them.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
I mean, it didn't kill me. I mean, I know Billy was really upset because he's tried twice now to see Judge, and he's not played both games, so he was pretty upset. Because Billy traveled. Billy don't have a baseball team. He don't have a favorite baseball team. He's got a favorite football team. It's the Steelers. But he's just a huge baseball fan. It's probably his favorite sport. And he travels all around watching minor league, major league, tries to go to many stadiums he can. I know he's planning a trip to Milwaukee, wanting to go to Milwaukee and see the Brewers. He just loves to go see games. He's got to see a Yankee game here last season. So I mean, he goes around and sees as much as he can. Huge baseball fan.
Well, I know
has been forever.
I know talking to the because people sitting to the left of me, they were Yankee fans. They were disappointed that Judge wasn't playing.
Yeah, there was quite a few. We happened to sit by a lot of Yankee fans. There was a lot of Yankee fans by where we was, and they were all.
And then when we stopped, then on the way home we stopped to eat, and we ran into this older couple, older lady and man that was Yankee fans, and he seemed like he was pretty disappointed that that Judge didn't play.
Not that they're a sponsor anyway, but La Rosa's Pizza is fire. I'd only had La Rosa's Pizza at Kings Island before, but we ate at one of the restaurants, and it was outstanding. Man, it was good.
Frankie said he was pitching great. Honestly, scared me from. Yeah, he pitched, like I said, pitched good the whole game. Other than the 2 balls that got hammered out of the ballpark, that was the ones that killed him. The rest just couldn't. They got a few base hits, but they didn't really ever get no real hard contact.
Nope. Had that opportunity there in the last inning a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Yeah, and I still don't understand why you don't pinch hit there. That makes no sense.
I don't get
it. And I knew because when we got there, I saw he went in the lineup, and so I told Dad, say he's not hurt, so they're just giving him a day rest. It'd been nicer if they just maybe DH him or something, but hey, I can understand it more in baseball when they sit a guy out like that because you play so many games than like the other sports. Because in baseball, hell, you're lucky if you get one day off. That's a team a week, and usually on that day off you're traveling, so you guys don't get hardly no days off. So it don't bother me as much when one of them guys sit out like some of the other sports.
Yeah, Damian. Yeah, before we get ready to do these picks and stuff. There is a breaking story with CM Punk that's been broke, and the reporter that broke it's usually pretty good about being right. I guess the AEW's threatening to sue CM Punk if he don't back off on some of his statements and stuff. He's upset. He wants the guy brought back, the one dude I can't even think of his name right now that's been his confidant and his trainer and all this stuff, and he wants him brought back. I guess they agreed to bring him back remotely. He could work for him, but he couldn't come to the buildings and stuff. Well, that's not what Puck wants. So they're in a big dispute. I don't know why I think they're making a big mistake doing another show right now. I think they're in disarray. I think the only thing they got good going for them right now is that show in England that they've sold about 65,000 seats for. I think their build for this pay-per-view Sunday has been horrible. Probably still be a pretty decent show, but man, they just seem disarray to me. I don't know. The owner needs some help.
I think part of it is I think Khan has too much. He's trying to do too much, and he gets pulled in so many freaking directions, and I think he gets overwhelmed.
But he won't take no help. He's got Arn Anderson. He's got Dustin Rhodes. He's got all kinds of knowledgeable help that could help him. And why he's not taking it, I don't understand. It don't make sense to me. But yeah, I also, Chris, do you think at this time going a Saturday night at 8 o'clock is a good time?
I don't, especially this time of the year because of it's nice getting nice out. A lot of people are out.
I think they'd be better off going to the 6:05 like they used to. I think the nostalgia part of it would help. And then I just think because people could watch it at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it's over. Go out. Yeah. I don't think Saturday's a good time anyway. You got pay-per-views on Saturday? I don't know. It's going to be a heck of a wrestling weekend. We've got
Frankie said, no lie, I really think Night of Champions is going to be better than most expect.
Oh, I think Night of Champions is going to be they've got the stories involved in it. And they got the new championship belt, which I'm intrigued about. Yeah, that's at 1 p.m. And then Sunday, you got 2 shows at the same time. You got NXT doing their show at the same time of AEW's pay-per-view. Both at the same time.
I know Saturday we could probably watch a little bit of it. We won't get to watch all that pay-per-view because we got a wrestling show.
I think I'm going to have it rigged up on my phone. I think I can get it on my phone.
Because we'll be live streaming wrestling show Saturday night. But yeah, I think not because they're in Saudis. That's why it's at one.
Yep.
Con needs to learn to be a boss and not a friend, giving handouts. Not a friend giving handouts like Vince does.
I think he means
that he needs to be a boss like Vince was, and not.
I think that's what. I think that's what.
Okay,
it means. That's the thing.
Vince, I think. Okay, now I was going to say.
I think that's what it means. Yeah, Vince and Triple H don't put up. They don't allow this kind of stuff to happen. That scrum where that happened, that started all this shit, would have never happened in WWE. It would have been stopped.
I just think what I think is funny about it. Everybody always bitches about the WWE. Won't know why they do it. Why they even have a brand split. It's stupid. And then AEW says something about having a brand split. Everybody's all for. Oh yeah, the greatest. This is the greatest thing ever. But
the reason. but the thing of it is, the reason they're doing the brand split is because people hate each other.
Yeah, they're not doing it to try to help the product. They're doing it because
people hate each other. It's crazy. I mean, I've never heard of such a thing.
You guys can't get along, so we're just split you guys up.
Yeah, it's completely nuts. I've never heard of any such thing. Running that business and Khan's. I don't know. I don't know if AEW will be around in 10 years with the decision making that he's making. We'll see.
And I don't think they've used Adam Cole right at all.
I think Adam Cole is their best bet.
I think he could be a big star for him, but it's just
they're moving awful slow with him, and I think some of the injury problems was there too.
Yeah.
Hey, Glenn.
How's it going, Glenn? We'll go ahead and start in baseball.
Yeah.
Get pulled back up here because I pressed the wrong.
Did any of you guys, real quick? I don't know if any of you did. Did any of you guys get to see the fight, the boxing fight, Haney and Lomachenko Saturday night, and have any thoughts on it? Because we didn't get to see it. We're just going by what we read. We heard Lomachenko got screwed, but
yeah, that's what I've been hearing from everybody. Oh, so no, he was trying to say that Vince treats people more as a friend than as.
I talk about Brock.
Yeah, Brock.
Brock gets special treatment. There's been wrestler Hogan got special treatment. He got special treatment wherever he went. That's going to be part of it. Just like in AEW, guys get special treatment. That's going to be in life.
It's just like
jobs. And people get special. It's part of life.
Even in any sport.
Yep. Oh yeah.
In NBA, Michael Jordan got special treatment. LeBron James gets special treatment. Yeah. All your big stars get special treatment.
It's just part of. It's just part of life, man. I mean, there's nothing to do. But one thing I will say that the fact that the WWE runs their place like a business more than AEW is I think one of the big things that's hurting AEW.
But, Frankie says that Lomachenko got screwed. Said it was crazy.
Who said that?
Frankie.
Okay.
I know a lot. That's all I heard. When I woke up yesterday morning to get ready to go to the game, and then actually when I was trying to fall asleep, that's all I was hearing. That everybody was saying they were getting screwed.
Well, the highlights I seen, the highlights I watched, it looked that way. But again, I didn't see the fight, so.
Hey, exactly. That's how it works with anything. If you're making it go to a bunch of money, you probably are going to be one of his friends.
Look how great Cody Rhodes is getting treated. Dude's got his own bus. He don't have to be in the dressing room. He gets his bus for his family. I mean, everybody got that in his contract. He
wasn't getting treated like that before. He made himself a star. Now he's getting that star treatment.
He's considered the number one baby face on Raw. Raw is kind of his show. I mean, Becky Lynch gets treated probably better than some of the women. I mean, that's just part of the.
It's part of life.
Britt Baker, I think, is good friends with Khan. She gets treated better than some of the women. That's just the way it's going to be. I mean, like it or not.
All right. Let's see. The first game I like today in Major League Baseball, White Sox at the Guardians. White Sox are 1.5. Woo, wait a minute. That changed on me. What the hell changed? I'm still gonna stick with it though, but White Sox are 1.5 run favorites. Plus 106 on the money line. The Guardians are minus 124 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8.5. The White Sox was plus 1.5 on the run line as well, but now they're minus one. So they're favorites on the run line, but they're underdogs on the money line. Because I was going to take the White Sox at the plus 1.5 since they were underdogs on the run line, but instead of going at the but damn, you get them at plus 164 odds at the minus 1.5. But instead of going at the minus 1.5, I'm gonna go money line. I was taking the plus 1.5 because I like the White Sox money line against the Guardians. On the mound for the White Sox, you have Lambert. He has a 6.23 ERA. On the mound for the Guardians, you have Gaddis, who has a 6.86 ERA. So this probably ain't gonna be a pitching duel.
Sound like it.
But the Guardians are on a 3-game losing streak, and they're only hitting 228 as a team. So I like the White Sox here, even though the White Sox haven't been having a great season either. Next game that I like is the Texas Rangers and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I hope you're right, Frankie. I hope it is Vegas for the sweep.
They what 2-0? Both of them over.
Yeah.
All 4 games in hockey have been overtime games so far.
They have been.
In both the finals. One of them was a freaking almost a 5 almost a 5 overtime game. I stayed up till 2 a.m. that night watching that crazy ass game.
That was nuts.
But yeah, next game I like is the Rangers and Pirates. Rangers are 1.5 run favorites, minus 134 on the money line. Pirates are plus 114 on the money line. Over under is at 9 runs. Rangers have Dunning on the mound. He has a 1.69 ERA. You have Ortiz on the mound for the Pirates, who has a 5.63 ERA. I like the Rangers here on the money line at the minus 134. Then the next game I like is the Houston Astros at the Milwaukee Brewers. Astros are 1.5 run favorites, minus 116 on the money line. Brewers are minus 102 on the money line. Over unders at 7.5. On the mound for the Astros is Javier, who has a 3.28 ERA. Burns is on the mound for the Brewers, and Burns has a 3.48 ERA. Astros are 5-0 over the last 5 games. Brewers are 2-3 over the last 5. I'm gonna go with the Astros on the money line in this game. And then I like next game is the Giants against the Minnesota Twins. Twins are 1.5 run favorites, minus 154 on the money line. Giants plus 130 on the money line. Over unders at 8.5 runs. You have Breba on the mound for the Giants. He has a 4.26 ERA. Ober on the mound for the Twins with a 1.78 ERA. I like the Twins on the money line at home. And then my last game in baseball that I like for tonight, Oakland Athletics against the Seattle Mariners. Mariners are 1.5 run favorites, minus 335 on the money line. The Athletics are plus 270 on the money line. Over unders at 7.5 runs. Mueller on the mound for the Athletics with a 7.71 ERA. And then you have Luis Castillo on the mound for the Mariners. He has a 3.31 ERA. I like the Mariners here at the minus 1.5 on the run line. So that's going to be my Major League Baseball picks for tonight. White Sox money line, Astros money line, Mariners minus 1.5, Twins money line, and the Rangers on the money line.
Yeah, my Major League Baseball parlay for tonight, I got Texas money line at Pittsburgh, Houston money line at Milwaukee, and Toronto at Tampa Bay money line.
See, I was going to go with that, but Toronto's been burning me every freaking time. If I bet against them, they win. If I pick them, they lose. And then the guy for Tampa pitching, he has a real high ERA, and that Bassett for Toronto has a pretty good ERA. So they got the advantage pitching wise.
I know
in
Texas
today's
has been
game.
playing pretty good, but Tampa Bay's good at home, so I thought I'd go with them. So we'll see.
Yeah, Toronto's been burning me either way.
NHL, real quick. I thought Carolina would win the series. I know Florida's been playing great, but Carolina had been too. Of course, they've lost both games in overtime, and now you're going to Florida. I'm gonna go Florida money line.
Yeah, his ERA was a lot lower. I think he struggled a little bit his last start, and that's why his ERAs went up to 3.3. Because you're right, Frank. It was down in the lower twos for most of the season.
Yeah, he's been pitching pretty well.
I wish Luis was still in Cincinnati myself.
Him and Gray both might be a little bit different right now.
Glenn Night of Champions is Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
All right, and then you have NHL?
Yeah, I just said it.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
You didn't hear me? You got freaking headphones on. What the shit?
I don't know.
Carolina at Florida. I'll hit Florida money line. You just don't pay no attention. Go to Kokomo. Your head's getting in the trunk this time. See if I can knock some sense into it.
Put you in the steel cage.
No steel cage.
Forget a truck. We'll put you in the steel cage.
Maybe I can convince Marcus to get rid of you instead of getting rid of me.
Yeah, you might be able to. So you say you're taking Florida?
Yeah, I'm going Florida at home.
Hell, you about have to because they've won both games in overtime. And the same guy scored the winning goals as well.
Florida has won. It's either 5 or 6 games, overtime games in the playoffs so far. They're like 5-0 or 6-0 in the playoffs in overtime.
Billy says, "What is wrong with the Celtics?" I think it's a combination of their coach being not having experience in the playoffs. And Jason Tatum is disappearing. It seems like every fourth quarter here in this series.
Let me ask you this: I know they picked this coach. But he comes out after this game and blames himself. My fault. I didn't have him ready. They get swept. You think he could get fired?
I don't know. If they get swept,
the way these playoffs went and the way these coaches are going to
fired. The way these coaches been got fired, who knows?
And with these coaches being available, there's a market out there for these coaches. I mean,
Frankie said he'd love to see that match, New Ray versus Dom, between Tony and Chris. And he said, "That's right, Chris, you're prison Dom." Yeah, Frankie said he's definitely getting fired. And Billy says they should fire him. But yeah, and a lot of time, and I say Tatum's disappeared, but some of that has been that he'll go through spurts in the fourth quarter where he only touched the ball. It's like, you get the star player your ball, or the ball is not your ball. Get the star player the ball. Then tonight, NBA, you have Nuggets and Lakers. Lakers are 3-point favorites, minus 158 money line. Nuggets are plus 134 in the money line. Over unders at 224. I've been on the Nuggets the whole series. I'm going with the Nuggets at the +3 tonight. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the Lakers get. I don't think the Lakers are going to come back and win the series, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Lakers do at least win one game. But I'm going to go with Denver at the +3. I mean, you're getting Denver on the plus side. It's hard not to take them the way they've looked so far in this series.
Early in the season, I picked Denver to win it all, and so I've been sticking to it. I was worried about them when the Lakers came in because the Lakers have looked good, but I mean, watching these games, Denver just looks like the better team. So, yeah, the Lakers might get one. We'll see. I mean,
Frankie said, "Wait, we're favorites." Yeah, it was quite at home. The other night, game 3, you guys were actually like 5.5-point favorites.
Now you're 3.5, 3.5.
This game, you guys are 3-point favorites. They gave you guys the favorite both times at home. I just think Nuggets are a little too deep. They got that deep team and they're shooting the hell of the ball. They got so many guys that can shoot the ball.
Well, and even if you just look at the
they're shooting 41% from
If you-
3-point range. It's going to be hard to beat a team that's
Yeah.
hitting that many threes.
Yep.
And especially like with the Warriors, yeah, they could shoot from outside, but they couldn't get hardly scoring down low. Where Denver's a little more balanced because they can get some scoring down low from Jokic, but then but Jamal Murray's just been killing it the last 2 games.
Well, I mean, I think Golden State's going to be a different team next year. So, I don't think they're going to have everybody that they've got right now.
Damian says he could see Lakers or Celtics doing a Warriors comeback.
Right now, I don't see it either.
I don't see it,
but you never know.
I don't see it, but if one
It's not impossible.
If one of them was going to do it, I would say the Lakers just because the Celtics haven't played good at all.
No.
At least the Lakers have competed
Yeah.
and been in games.
Yes.
So I'd give the Lakers a better chance than the Celtics to make a comeback.
I don't know. A lot of people want to say LeBron, but again, this ain't LeBron 5 years ago. I'm not taking anything from LeBron. LeBron's still a good player, very good player, but he's not the LeBron of 5 years
He's played
ago.
a good series. He's
played well.
He's had some turnovers at bad times, but other than that, I mean, if you look at his numbers, he's putting up. I mean, he's getting 9-10 rebounds, 8-9 assists. He's putting up 23.
I don't think Davis has played bad. I think Reeves has played good. I think that it's been the other players not stepping up.
I think
it was 3-1. Yeah. They did say there's been 3 times. I've heard that today. There's been 3 times that team's been down 3-0, made it to Game 7.
Yeah,
and
teams are 149 and 0 with being up 3-0, and it's only went to Game 7 3 times.
But they did lose.
Billy said, "I'm not betting on Boston on that comeback." I wouldn't either, Billy. I'll be honest. I was disappointed in Boston. I thought that was going to be a lot better series than it's been. At least I mean, the Western Conference Series, yeah, it's 3-0, but all 3 of them games have been good. Well, the last game not as much. Well, no, even the last game was a good game until Denver went on that late run.
Yeah.
But all 3 of them games have been close games, fun games to watch. The Boston games, them games, that series hasn't been a good series to watch. I mean, that game the other night, hell, I quit watching it after the first quarter, basically. I turned it over to see what the score was here and there, but the Lakers and Nuggets, I've watched from start to finish because they've been, I mean, who was going to win the game's been in balance. You know what I mean? It's been undecided going the whole game, where the Celtics game, they just haven't showed up, especially in the fourth quarter.
I know Billy's a Boston fan, I believe. If I remember right. Do you think it's the beginning of the end for the Tatum Brown duo?
It could be. There's been rumors about that, but I think it's more. I think they're missing Udoka a lot. They don't play defense like they did last year. They don't have that grit. They don't have that fight.
Okay, if you get rid of this coach, what coach is out there? Udoka's not going back. What coach? Yeah. Nurse? Or who do you think would be the guy?
They're gonna bring Doc Rivers back.
I don't think.
I know Billy don't want to hear that.
Billy gonna come through the screen on you.
I don't know. I mean, you got Budenholzer out there. You're just good coaches out there. Budenholzer and Nurse, and they both won a championship before. And I'm not saying this Mazzulla can't turn out to be a good coach. I mean, he's 35 years old. This is his first time being a head coach. You're in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Even if it's true, Chris, the last thing you want to do is come out and blame yourself on national TV.
Oh yeah, like he did
that's not a very good, smart thing to do.
I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get the blame off his players, but the way he said it wasn't the right way to do it.
Not a good look.
I didn't have him ready to play. I
take the blame. It was on me. I didn't have him ready to play. That's not. I just don't want owners going to want to hear.
No. And Billy said, "This is the end, my friend. The end." Jim Morris. So yeah, I think he thinks it's going to be the end of.
Okay, if Tatum and Brown, who goes? Brown.
I think Brown goes if they're going to split them up. I don't see Boston getting rid of Tatum, even though Tatum has disappointed me in the like I said, because you can't be disappearing like that. You come out, play a great Game 7 against Philly, score 51, and then since then you've been like not a non-factor in the fourth quarter of any game in this series. And I mean, you can't put that. You can put some of it on coaching, but you can't put it all on the coaching either. So Nick Wright wants to send Damian Lillard over to the Celtics for Jaylen Brown and Gallinari,
And
the Celtics will get the number 23 pick. Team up Lillard and Tatum. I don't think. I mean, Lillard's a better scorer than Brown, but I think you'd be losing some defensively in that. Is Tatum laying down for some reason? Yeah, I don't know.
do you think the Celtics quit that last game? A lot of people were saying that. Magic Johnson said that.
Oh yeah, Magic said that. Charles Barkley said that. Barkley was on him all over him at halftime about it. I think they basically quit there in the second quarter once that game started getting away from them because they didn't come out in the after halftime with any energy at all.
You think they wore out? So the fact of the Atlanta series and then the 7-game series with Philadelphia, you think they could be wore out?
I mean, they could be a little bit, but I mean, look at if a team's going to be wore out, I would think the Lakers would be more wore out than the Celtics, or the Heat would be more wore out than the Celtics.
Yeah, Heat's been through a lot too.
Because both them teams were basically playing playoff games a month earlier than everybody else, just to try to get into the playoffs. And the Lakers are an older team than what Boston is.
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, if any team could say they ran out of gas, to me it'd be either the Lakers or the Heat before the Celtics. And the Celtics, for some reason, have struggled at home in the playoffs. They've been had been playing better on the road in the playoffs than at home until last night. And then, like I said, I think I do. I think the Lakers. I can see the Lakers maybe winning the night's game, at least getting one win. I don't think the Celtics win. I don't think the Celtics are going to win that next game. I'd be surprised if it's even a close game. I think the Heat are going to blow them out again. I think the Celtics have basically mentally broke. I think the
Lakers got to get off to a good start. If Denver jumps off to a 10, 12, 14-point lead early, I think it's going to be over. Yeah. Lakers got to keep it close or get the lead to have a chance. I think it's just,
well, if you get down big and you're already down 3-0, it can creep. That doubt is already there. It could be a lot easier to maybe not fight for it. But if it's a close game, I think, and which I expect tonight to be a close game. I really do, because all of them have been pretty close. I don't think I think the Heat are going to blow the Celtics out in Game 4.
Yeah, but and even Nick Wright said, who's big Laker fan, and I'm surprised he can talk with LeBron's parts in his mouth. But it just he even admitted that they've been very tired in the fourth quarter. They look tired when they get to the fourth quarter. And Denver doesn't. So,
but Nick Wright's not giving up yet. He said he still said there's a chance. He's not giving up. There's a chance.
Mathematically,
there's a chance. But like I said, him and Broussard were going at it earlier. That was funny.
Well, Broussard kind of looks like an idiot because he went with the.
Well, he said Denver's a better team. I'm going with the Lakers. I'm tired of betting against LeBron.
And then now I knew better, but I didn't.
No. If something happened somehow that the Celtics was to come back and win this series, Spoelstra's not in the hot seat.
I don't think so.
That's not the way Miami operates with Riley and everybody there. I don't think he'd be on the hot seat
after the job.
Now, if that was to happen, then next year they had a bad year, then maybe. But just not just this one series. I don't think Spoelstra's would be on the hot seat.
Look at the injuries that they've had. Nobody expect them to be where they're at right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially when they lost Hero and then you lose Oladipo as well. That's
you're one game from going to the finals. Nobody had Miami picked to go to the finals after whatever where they was coming at.
As an 8th seed.
Yeah, maybe start of the season.
And not only as an 8th seed that lost their first playing game.
Yes,
they lost their first playing game and had to play another one to get the 8th seed. So yeah, I don't think he'd be on the hot seat. Yeah, I think if they lose this series, it would have to go bad next year for him to maybe start being on the hot seat.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if the Pacers, if Carlisle, if I don't see improvement in defense this year, I've never called for a coach's head before, but I'll be screaming for some coach's head because we got to play some defense. Honestly, I think we need to get rid of him now and get one of these winning coaches. I mean, I hate to say that because I don't dislike Rick Carlisle, but I just didn't like the defense last year at all.
No,
and like you said, I don't know they've got the makeup. They've got to pick up something to help that.
They to me they played too small. They were just playing. Your lineups were so small. They didn't have much size.
I think the guy from Golden State would add toughness, but he's also an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know that I want an idiot on the team. We've had idiots on the team before and they worked out.
And he's probably going to want a lot of money.
Yeah.
But all right. You got anything else?
No.
Join us tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern for GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Also Wednesday night at 6:30, we have an interview with pro wrestler Big Country. Join us for that. Then Thursday night, 5:30, we got a big interview planned. We're going to have Justin Terrell and Christian Cash are both going to be on Thursday night at the same time. These two guys will be facing off this Saturday night in a steel cage match where Christian Cash's career will be on the line against Terrell's championship.
Yep. This feud's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, this feud's been going on for over a year.
Over a year, yeah.
And but they're going to both be on with us. I guarantee you it's going to be
fireworks.
I guarantee you it's going to be a lot of fireworks. Going to be real interesting. Should be a great show Thursday night. I was going to start at 5:30 on Thursday, so join us for that. And then Saturday night we'll be live streaming the AACW from Kokomo, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at GonzoSportsRoom. Please hit that subscribe button at GonzoSportsRoom. Also, like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at GonzoSportsRoom. That's where we post all the different things about our shows. I put up probably over 30 wrestling matches on our YouTube page over the weekend. I still got about 20 more or so to go. But I've almost got all the Comic-Con stuff up. Now I'll be getting the Bearcat Rumble matches up there separate. But you can watch all the full shows on our YouTube page as well. If you're a wrestling fan, go check those out. A lot of great matches there. I'll tell you what, rewatch some of those matches as I was editing them down. And I'll tell you what, there's some of them I forgot how good they were.
There's some great matches
because we watched so many matches in one weekend.
We watched 44 matches in 3 days. 3 days. So yeah, a lot of great matches, man. Them shows were outstanding.
So go check those out. Like I said, join us here a couple hours, 6:30. As myself, Tony, and Marcus Fine for GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room.
Carmelo was probably what, 2 years? Should have happened a couple years earlier.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. He didn't play this year, so I already thought he was retired. And then he announced it. But yeah, he officially announced it. But no, dude had a real good career. I mean, I was glad to see him finally accept coming off the bench and playing that role too, because he was tougher and he was playing real good in that role as well. But, I mean, if you go back to what he done at Syracuse and then the Olympic teams, and then even as what he done with in the NBA, I know he didn't get all the championships he was hoping to get, but he had a great career.
Yep.
But yeah, I honestly, I just kind of assumed that he was retired. I didn't even think about that he hadn't announced his retirement until it came out this morning.
Yeah, tonight on the show that we got at 6:30, we're going to be talking something about superstar Billy Graham. We're going to be talking about what got us hooked on pro wrestling, some of the matches and some of the moments and stuff that got us hooked. We're also going to be talking about a little bit about the preview, a little bit of the pay-per-views coming up this weekend, and probably a little bit of other stuff. I'm sure Marcus will have some reports. He was at 3 shows. It was a show Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. He was at a marathon show Saturday, which I'm sure he's got something to say about. It was a marathon.
Yeah. They're on track like to break the record from last year.
They're probably going to do 80 shows.
They've already about 36 shows so
I
far
think so.
that they went to this year.
If they stay healthy, they'll probably get 80 shows this year. And they're not all close either, man. I mean, he's traveling 4 or 5 hours away.
They got a
to
lot
go
of
show.
traveling this weekend.
Oh man, major travel.
Please hit that subscribe button. Hope everybody has a great day. We will see you guys tomorrow at right around 3:00 with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Join us tonight at 6:30. Have a great day.